Hello, Little Rock Church. It says I am streaming, so I'm going to take that for its word. Hope y'all are doing well today. It is Friday afternoon. Isn't it a gorgeous day? Let me make sure I've got my stuff going up. Yep, I'm live. Isn't it an absolutely gorgeous day in Central Arkansas on a Friday in May? I feel like it's been a little bit um, unseasonably warm. Sorry, getting a phone call. Couple things. Firstly, maybe you've seen, I'm sure you have, the CDC has updated their guidelines for vaccinated people. We're going to send out a statement. Our reentry team is going to send out a statement here later this afternoon, but I wanted to put a face to the statement, and we've got several people on our reentry team, mostly made up of staff. Then we have some medical professionals. We have people like Phil Goad, and we have Angela Driscoll. So just brilliant people. Everybody's brilliant on the team. Certainly don't mean that. Anyway, I'm going to stop before I get in trouble. And Deanne McAllister has been on there. Thank you to everybody who has served on that team. Here's the statement as that's going to come out. Based on current CDC guidelines, fully vaccinated people can resume activities without wearing a mask or physically distancing, and we consider this to apply to our Sunday morning gatherings. Similarly, we continue to encourage people who have not been fully vaccinated to wear masks while singing or entering, leaving the auditorium, including visiting with people before and after our services. So as we've done through this whole time, we are following guidelines with the CDC. So if you're vaccinated, we're in a sense taking any sort of encouragement away from what you should do and just leaving it up to you. For people who aren't vaccinated, we're still encouraging. And that is the word. We're just encouraging you to keep masked when you're coming in and out, and when you talk to people afterwards. But that's our encouragement. But if you're vaccinated, we're taking that kind of encouragement away, which sounds awful, doesn't it? That we're taking that encouragement away, but that's what we're doing. We're just staying with the CDC guidelines. I encourage you to go to the CDC website for the full list of things that they say. But for what that means for Sunday morning, we're going to turn the chairs around facing towards the front, which we've already done. So we're not going to have sections. I want to say a word of caution or wisdom. Maybe wisdom is a better word as we think about Sunday morning. Little Rock Church is a diverse congregation. I mean, you think about it, how diverse we are. We have people on all sorts of kind of political spectrums. We have people on different theological spectrums. I think what holds us together is our love for the Lord Jesus Christ. It's a love for God. And that's what we want to be about as a church. We want to keep those things present before us always. I'm going to be preaching from Ephesians, the last part of chapter 4 through chapter 5, verse 14. And one of the verses, it says this in Ephesians 4:32, be kind to one another, tenderhearted. And your version might say compassionate instead of tenderhearted. And I think that's the way that we have to look at all situations when we deal with one another, is be kind and tenderhearted, be compassionate. What that practically means is I think we need to be sensitive to one another. And we can't just assume that if you're really excited about this, you can't assume that everybody in the room is really excited about it. And if you might be the person who's much more cautious about it, you can't assume that everybody else is cautious about it. So we've got to be sensitive as a body of believers towards one another. And I know we can do it. I've seen us do it before. And it's just reading between those lines and kind of those relationship barriers. Our point on Sunday is to worship the Lord Jesus Christ, is why we're there. And we want to keep the mask, the distancing. To me, all those things are peripheral. They're all secondary. It's the main thing of a heart before Jesus Christ, that I can worship him. I can be content, masked up, not masked, distance, not distance, whatever it is, that's what I can be. So we're going to be tender hearted towards one another and kind towards one another, as I know we often are. So practically, that's what it's going to look like on Sunday. We're also for communion. I know we've got people in our auditorium, in our church, who they're still not comfortable. And instead of trying to make it and have sections and where we're passing and making sure that people who aren't as comfortable having to pass stuff to people, we're going to have communion, most likely, I think, in the back of the auditorium. There'll be directions, and it'll probably be either in the bulletin. We'll definitely, I think, have a slide up on the screen We will make sure everyone has communion. We're still working out some of the logistics. I think it'll be either in the lobby or the back of the auditorium, and just get what your family needs or get what you need on your way in, and then find your seat. So that's kind of the big thing. That's our update. Check our bulletin. If you're not on the bulletin list, contact the office. We'll get you a copy of the bulletin, but in the bulletin is going to be the statement that I read. That's all the time I'm going to take. Little Rock Church, I love you. I can't wait to be with you on Sunday. I can't wait to sing for the joy of the Lord as we celebrate the resurrection of our King Jesus. He is our good, good King who shepherds us and leads us all the way. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me or one of the staff members, one of the elders. We'll be happy to help in any way that we can, or point you to the person who is able to help. That's it. I will stop this live streaming so I don't ramble anymore. And that's it.